Hey, Chiefs Kingdom, we've got some breaking news, and it's not the kind we wanted to wake up to. Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Xavier Worthy has been arrested in Texas, facing serious assault charges. Reports from ESPN's Adam Tiger confirm that Worthy was taken into custody on Friday night in Williamson County. The charge? Assault of a family or household member with an additional accusation of impeding breathing or circulation, a third-degree felony under Texas law. Right now, we don't have all the details, but here's what we do know. Worthy was booked into jail, and as of Saturday morning, he hadn't posted bond. The Chiefs have acknowledged the situation, stating that they are gathering more information before making any decisions. If convicted, Worthy could face anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison, along with a hefty fine of up to $10,000. This isn't just a legal matter, it's a situation that could have major consequences for the Chiefs moving forward. The NFL has a strict personal conduct policy, and any punishment from the league could impact Worthy's future with the team. If a suspension is issued, it would automatically void his guaranteed salary for future seasons. That means the Chiefs could be looking at some major roster decisions in the near future. But let's take a moment to focus on what's happening right now. What's your gut reaction to this news? Disappointed, shocked, frustrated? Drop a single word in the comments to describe how you feel about this situation. So, with all this uncertainty surrounding Worthy, what does this mean for the Chiefs as a team? Let's break it down and see how this could impact the offense moving forward. Alright, let's talk about what this means for the Chiefs moving forward. If Xavier Worthy isn't available for the 2025 season, whether due to legal consequences or a league suspension, Kansas City has a serious problem at wide receiver. And honestly, this was already a position of concern even before this news broke. First, let's talk about Worthy's contract. As of now, he has guaranteed money locked in for the next 3 seasons, $1.4 million in 2025, $2 million in 2026, and $2.6 million in 2027. But here's the catch: any suspension under the NFL's personal conduct policy automatically voids those guarantees. So if Worthy is hit with a suspension, the Chiefs could cut ties with him without financial repercussions. But is that the right move? And then there's the rest of the receiver room. Rashee Rice is coming off an injury and already has legal troubles of his own. While his future remains uncertain, it's clear the Chiefs can't afford another loss at the position. Then you have a group of free agents: Hollywood Brown, Juju Smith-Schuster, DeAndre Hopkins, Justin Watson. Who stays? Who goes? If Worthy is out, do the Chiefs push harder to bring back one of these guys? But let's not forget what's being lost here. Worthy's speed and versatility were key weapons for this offense. He was a major deep threat and even played a role in the rushing attack. Replacing that kind of production won't be easy. If he's unavailable, do the Chiefs have enough firepower on offense? Or is it time to bring in reinforcements? I want to hear your thoughts. Should the Chiefs trust their current receivers to step up, or do they need to go after a big name in free agency? Vote in the comments and let's see what Chiefs Kingdom thinks. Now, if the Chiefs do decide to make a move, who's available? Let's take a look at the options on the market. So, if Xavier Worthy is indeed unavailable, the Chiefs are going to have to explore all options to strengthen their receiving corps. And fortunately, there are some intriguing players on the market. Whether through free agency or the draft, Kansas City has avenues to explore. But who should they target? Let's start with the free agent market. There are a few big names that could step in and help fill the void left by Worthy. DeAndre Hopkins, who's been a dominant force in the NFL for years, could bring a level of experience and playmaking ability that would immediately elevate the Chiefs' offense. Then there's Justin Watson, someone who's already familiar with the system. Would bringing him back make sense? Also, don't overlook potential under-the-radar guys who could be key contributors at a lower cost. But what about the draft? The 2025 class has some exciting wide receiver prospects, that could fit into Andy Reid's offensive scheme. Some of the top names in this year's class could potentially bring that game-changing speed and hands that the Chiefs love to utilize. Can one of these rookies step in and make an impact right away? We've seen Reid get the best out of young receivers before, so it wouldn't be a shock to see a rookie shine in this offense. Of course, there's the internal option too. Sky Moore and Justin Ross are both players who could get a bigger role if Worthy isn't around. Moore has flashed potential and Ross has been on the verge of breaking out for a while. Would one of these guys be able to handle the pressure and step up to fill the role of a key playmaker in this offense? So Chiefs Kingdom, I want to hear from you. If the Chiefs need a new weapon on offense, who do you want them to sign? Should they go after a big name like Hopkins, or would you rather see them develop a younger talent? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Now, as we look at the Chiefs' track record in handling situations like this, what should we expect from the front office? Let's dive into the history of the franchise and see how they've dealt with similar challenges in the past. Now that we've discussed the potential impact of losing Xavier Worthy, the big question is, who can the Chiefs turn to if they need to fill that void? Luckily, there are some solid options available, both in free agency and the upcoming draft. Let's start with the free agent market. One name that stands out immediately is DeAndre Hopkins. Yes, the veteran wide receiver might be on the older side, but he's still one of the best in the game. Hopkins would add that experience and reliability to the Chiefs' receiving corps, something that could prove invaluable if they need to reload for the 2025 season. Another name to consider is Justin Watson, who has already spent time with Kansas City and could provide that familiarity with the system. And of course, there's always the draft. The 2025 class of wide receivers looks promising, with some serious potential playmakers who could step in and contribute right away. Guys like Marvin Harrison Jr., who could be a game changer for any team, or other top-tier WRS who fit the mold of a speedy, dynamic playmaker like Worthy. But the question is, can the Chiefs afford to wait for a rookie to develop when the team's Super Bowl window is wide open right now? But what about internal options? Maybe it's time for Sky Moore or Justin Ross to take that next step. Both guys have shown flashes of potential, but they haven't quite had that breakout year yet. If Worthy is out, could one of these young receivers step up and seize the opportunity? I'm curious to know what you think. If the Chiefs need to make a move, who would you want them to target? Let me know your pick in the comments, whether it's a free agent or a draft prospect. I want to hear your thoughts. Now that we've explored some potential options, it's time to look at the bigger picture. The Chiefs have been through situations like this before. How did they handle them? Let's take a walk down memory lane and see how the franchise has navigated similar controversies. Now, Chiefs Kingdom, let's take a step back and look at how the team has dealt with these types of situations in the past. Unfortunately, this isn't the first time the Chiefs have found themselves in the middle of an off-field controversy involving a key player. And while it's certainly disappointing, the Chiefs have proven time and again that they know how to navigate these tricky waters. Remember Tyreek Hill? A few years ago, the Chiefs had to deal with allegations that could have derailed his career with the team. In the end, Hill wasn't suspended by the league, but the Chiefs made the tough decision to move forward with him only after thoroughly evaluating the situation. Hill's incident set the stage for how the organization would approach similar issues in the future. Then there's Rashee Rice, who's also faced some legal concerns. He played through his troubles last year, despite the uncertainty, and that situation didn't result in a suspension. But with his injury issues now, the Chiefs have to be wondering about the potential of further complications. However, the team's ability to keep the focus on football while handling off-field issues is something that has built trust with us, the fans. The bottom line is, Andy Reid and Brett Veach have dealt with adversity before and know how to keep things in check. Yes, it's unfortunate when these situations arise, but but the Chiefs' front office has a track record of making the right decisions, and they'll handle this one the same way. So, Chiefs Kingdom, what do you think? Should the team hold on to Xavier Worthy and wait for the situation to clear up? Or is it time to cut ties and move on? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Now, with all of this in mind, what does the future hold for the Chiefs? Let's talk about what's next for the team moving forward. So, now that we've covered the details of Xavier Worthy's situation and explored potential solutions, the big question remains, what happens next for the Chiefs? As we all know, the future of the team is at stake, especially with free agency just around the corner and big decisions to be made for 2025. First, we have to see how the legal process plays out. Worthy's case is still developing, and depending on the outcome, it could have a significant impact on his career and the Chiefs' plans if there are further charges or a suspension from the NFL. That would force Kansas City to rethink their strategy at the wide receiver position. But until we have more clarity, it's hard to make any concrete predictions. That said, the Chiefs will still need to prepare for the possibility of Worthy not being available. Whether it's finding a replacement through free agency, the draft, or giving younger players like Moore and Ross a bigger role, Kansas City has options. The important thing is that they have a solid foundation built on coaching, talent, and the ability to adapt to adversity. And of course, don't forget about the role the NFL will play. The league could impose a suspension, just like they've done in similar situations in the past. But for now, the Chiefs have to keep their eyes on the bigger picture, preparing for the 2025 season and ensuring they remain Super Bowl contenders. So Chiefs Kingdom, stay tuned. Things are going to get interesting in the next few weeks. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because we'll be keeping you up to date with all the latest news and updates from Kansas City. It's a critical time for the team, and we'll be here every step of the way. Thank you for joining us today. Let's keep the conversation going in the comments.